Hi guys, welcome to the listening room with Walker and I'm with.
Hi guys, I go by the name of Uzake Ubungani Mtimkulu. Nziphoze Mnyama Ngokuqhwayana. Thank you for having me on the show today.
You good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. Hey,
That's good.
it's good to have you on the show.
I'm honored to be on the show finally.
Finally, indeed, finally. You said the artist that you love the most is Amanda Black, right?
I do.
Yeah. So what can you tell me about Amanda Black?
I think I like Amanda Black so much because she grows as an artist, right?
Okay.
She's got 4 albums.
Okay.
And each album, she shows like different signs of like her growth, whether in terms of her own personal life, her journey in
Okay.
her career, and the music she produces,
She produces
co-produced.
co-produced music. Okay. That's good. Like Amanda Black, for me, she's a versatile artist. Love that for her, because um, she works a lot with Questa. I think it's a good combo, you know.
Okay.
And I love the fact that she left Ambitious and went and opened up her own label, record label, and partnered up with Sony, because Sony distributes a lot of her music. I believe a lot of people don't even know that she has her own studio, which she records her own music and owns masters and royalties. And I feel that's a good look for an artist. And a bonus, she writes her own music.
That's true. I think it's very important for artists to have ownership over their own music. I think for Amanda Black, it was important because she's a storyteller. So most of her songs, she's basically telling stories about where she is in her life. And I think under a different record label, you're not able to like convey your own message your own way. So another reason, in the Apple interview
Yes.
that she was at, she was explaining why she decided to start her own record label. It wasn't just about the royalties or the money, but she felt like she was different as an artist in how she wanted her music to be heard, how she wanted her production to come out. So having ownership, I think it allows you to like make the decision on how you want certain songs to sound like, how you want the track list to be like. And for her, it allows her to express herself freely in the way that she would like the public to view her as.
Yeah, I feel her fans just like you, since you are her fan. You know, um, they are at the right place at the right time, listening to the right music. Which I love the fact that her music has direction. You know, from track one to the last track, there's direction. You know, she puts you in emotions, then you're there with your emotions yourself, and then after that she makes you breathe,
She
in the middle,
does.
and then the outro also. No, like, let me take you out of the album now. This is me saying goodbye to you.
True.
But since she left Ambitious, do you think that she's growing in terms of her numbers, following, fans, and accolades?
Sure, I think with Amanda Black specifically as an artist, right?
Yes.
If you listen to her latest album, which was released in 2023,
Okay.
in the interview with Apple Music again,
Yes.
there's a track called Imali. So Imali is one of the reasons why she stopped taking gigs.
Okay.
So she felt like she was too much into the music and she was missing out on her real life with like real people, her family, her friends. So when you speak on accolades, you're speaking money, you're speaking hype, you're speaking awards, which I think those are not so important to Amanda. Amanda wants you to consume her music and appreciate her as an artist without the accolades.
So basically, all she's trying to do is make you listen to her.
Yes, she's an artist. She's a storyteller.
Okay.
When you look at all her albums, they tell a story about her life in the different phases of her life. So the last two albums, we have Mnyama, which was released in 2021, right after a lockdown. So there she's speaking on her vulnerability as an artist, being alone, not being able to make a living,
Okay.
not even sure when is the lockdown going to end, when are they going to start performing. So that story is about her vulnerability. She was in a dark place, hence she called the album Nyama, which translates to black. So it was a very dark space of her life. Now with the latest album, she says that she doesn't want to be Amanda Black, but now Amanda Black is her.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you listen,
She embodies.
she embodies
Amanda
Amanda
Black.
Black, and that's
Okay.
why it's Afro soul and not R&B soul. It's hippity, it's up, it's I would say it's a confident album. So
Upbeat.
upbeat,
Yeah.
So now she's aligning with who she is as a person. She's aligning with how she expresses herself on stage. I remember fans were not happy with the fact that she's no longer doing her makeup, she's no longer doing her hair. But what they don't know is that was intentional. So she's an intentional artist. She did that intentionally to fall in love with herself.
Okay.
That is why the tracks like I Love My Body, Family, I Love Myself, she's just trying to fall in love with herself, be confident about who she is. And I feel like a lot of young girls can resonate with that album, because I feel like the youth needs to fall in love with themselves more. She's trying to understand who she was and why she acts the way that she does today. So I feel like as an artist, it's important, to reflect on who you are right now, and who you're trying to become. And I feel like different people, the fans, can relate to the different albums in the different stages of their lives. So if you're ever in a dark place, you go back to Imnyama. And if now you've conquered that, you're confident with who you are, you love yourself and you love who you're becoming, then you can definitely resonate with the latest album.
Okay. That's beautiful for her, I guess. But I looked at her latest album, the 2023 one. I listened to it. It's upbeat, vibey, and those storytelling. But for me, I still prefer Mnyama.
Why?
Mnyama, I feel it was more spiritual.
Okay.
It was more in depth.
Okay.
She told a story that I haven't heard before
Okay.
in music, and it was so authentic,
Okay.
And I loved the vulnerability of it all. I was one with her, and she was one with me. And another album which I feel did great, and it surpassed even Amazulu, her debut album, Power. We have the likes of Anthony Hamilton there. Like that song led her to international stages. No, the album, led her to international stages, which it's where she also got nominated for a BET. Unfortunately, she didn't get the BET because there was Wizkid there, and Wizkid left with it. But I feel the fact that she's saying, you know what, I want to fall in love with myself and everything else, but at the same time, she should be more on the public space so that fans can also understand, because sometimes fans need a breakdown of those music so that we can also get who you are and what you're trying to do. Because basically the commotion that happened with her not wearing makeup, with her not dressing nicely, it's led to people thinking that she doesn't care for her fans or her craft. It had a lot of back and forth, and which weren't good for the image that I think she's trying to build. But since we are the super fan here, maybe you can justify whatever that was going on.
Okay, I think what us fans like need to understand is that every artist expresses themselves in different ways, and sometimes we can't as fans always expect artists to align with us when we don't open up ourselves to aligning with the artist. You know, as much as she's not on interviews, as much as she's not making TikTok videos trying to break down songs, trying to break down why she's the way that she is, if you actually listen to her music, and now I'm not talking about how the music feels to you, but if you actually listen to the lyrics, as I said earlier, she's a storyteller. From track number 1 to the last track, she will be telling a story. So if you listen to the lyrics, you understand why she presents herself the way she does on stage. And
Okay.
can I please finish that point?
No, I'm just...
Right.
Yeah, agreeing.
So, the commotion about her not wearing makeup and not doing her hair, for me personally, I don't see an issue with that. Reason being, we have a lot of young girls in South Africa that suffer from self-esteem issues, you know, that don't believe that you can look good or you can be great if you're not looking a certain way. We have people that are conventionally attractive, you know, the likes of Abu Anele Zondo. They don't need to do much, just their features, just how they look. That's what society deems as attractive. You're skinny, you're light-skinned. That's what we see as attractive. Wama the Black as an artist is trying to show that dark-skinned girl, trying to show that thick, what we call plus-sized girl, that girl without the short skirt, tight skirts, makeup, weaves, that you can be great, because their entire focus for her is to story tell.
Okay.
We can't dictate how she story tells as an artist. You know, why do we never have a problem with artists that look conventionally attractive in how they tell their story? Whether it's through short skirts, whether it's through big performances, why is it we always want artists to align with how we view them in our heads, but not align with who they are at that moment? Who knows, maybe she'll get to a point where now she wears makeup, you know, she does the hair, she loses the weight when she's also comfortable in her own skin. She can't present to us what she's not. Otherwise, we will never relate to her music. You became one with her music because that was her vulnerability. That was her being naked in her storytelling to say, this is who I am. Now, sometimes music can open up things in us that we don't want to face as the public as well. We find problems with her not doing her hair because in our heads, I can't go out to the public without doing my hair. We have a problem with that because we can't do that. We're not comfortable with that because society will be like, oh no, you must look a certain way. So as an artist, I feel like, you know, she's doing exceptionally well the way that she is because her brand aligns with how she looks like and how she behaves. She sings, she storytells about the focal points about where she is in her current life. When she feels like she's comfortable in her own skin, she'll release an album and give you guys the theatrics that you guys are waiting for. But I honestly just feel like you need to be patient with her and as an artist and walk with her as an artist. Otherwise, what's the point of being her fan, or what's the point of loving certain artists if you always want them to give you what you want and never wanting to relate to their music, to their journeys as they are as artists?
I guess a lot of fans are just used to gimmicks. You know, those songs that come in and just pass way too early. They don't have time to listen, you know, but I can hear that you're so fond of her, you know, like you poured your heart out, you know, fighting for her, you know, so I get all of that, you know, but this is a market.
It is.
And in this market, we expect certain results
You do.
out of an artist. You know, we want to see you. We want to know your personal life. Do you even know who she's dating?
Why do we want to know their personal life?
Because I want to relate to you. I want to know the song that you wrote that was so
You
heartbreaking.
want to associate it to her face?
Yes. That, okay, no, that guy did her bad, you know?
Okay.
Or that girl, you know, did her bad, you know? We just don't know because we don't have a face to anything. But I liked when she did Amazulu. She gave us a track there about her friend. She walked with us.
Snaz.
Yes, Snaz. Yeah, she walked with us. We got to understand who she's talking about and what happened. And now I get to also reflect in my own life about the people I've lost also in my journey of life. So, fans, if this is your artist, you all love Amanda Black, how about you all try and push her more, you know? And for her to also do more events in accessible places, you know, be more around. Because most of the time she does events in Cape Town, Eastern Cape, where she's from. But what about the fans here in Gauteng?
Okay.
They also need her. I saw the Botanical Garden. I believe maybe this year she's trying. I don't know. Yeah, because I also checked her roster about the tours she's gonna be making. I can see that she's not coming this side with a lot of her performances. She still stays in those other side. You know? So if fans want to attend, well, they have to drive so far. But why not also accommodate the fan base that is here? Because there is a fan base. As you are here, you know, mind you, your hometown is that side, I guess. But you are here most of the time. So we need her this side also.
Okay, I hear you. You covered a lot of points, so I'm going to try and answer to each point as I remember, right? So your first point was you felt like she needed to break down the other albums just like she did with her first album, which was
Yes.
Amazulu, and you specifically referred to the song Snaz,
Snaz, yes.
right? I want to go back to that song. She broke the song down because she was doing a live
Band
a live
with
band.
JR.
Yes, with JR,
Yeah.
right? And when she released that album, I want to go back to the fact that when she released that album, and the song was loved by many, at that time she hadn't broken the song down to say it's about a friend. But if you listen to the lyrics, they say, I want ubuzophelelaphi if ubusaphila. Before she broke it down, everybody took from it what they wanted. Others thought it was talking about maybe a parent, a cousin. Different people related to the song in different ways. Even after she broke the song down, when you listen to the song, if you have a loved one that has passed away, you will relate even if it's not a friend. And she specifically wrote that song for a friend. Here's my point. I'm trying to get to the point that maybe sometimes she doesn't need to break the songs down. Sometimes listen to the song and see what the song resonates with in your life. She's a storyteller. If she didn't do that live band, you would have still resonated with the song without her breaking the song down. Now you're expecting that she keeps on breaking the songs down because you, as a fan or a listener of Amanda Black in particular, you liked that she broke the songs down because you feel like, oh no, now it gives more meaning. Now it gives me a peek into her life. Now it makes me meet Amanda Black on a personal level, which I feel that's another obsession we have as the public over our artists' lives. Yes, their lives are in our faces. They're famous, we make them big, but I solely believe that we don't always have to know what's going on in their personal lives by detail. The fact that she wrote Ndandi Hleli on the Mnyama album, you listen to the song, you know she's going through a heartbreak. Does it really matter with who? I don't think so. But she gives you what's happening in her life. She doesn't give the details, which now it comes down to the difference between privacy and secrecy. It's not a secret that she was dating, but she's being private about who she was dating. But she went through a heartbreak. You know that she went through a heartbreak. There's nothing that you don't know. You just don't know the specifics of what she was going through.
We do want the specifics, but you know what?
It doesn't take away from her craft.
No, her craft.
The song
her craft.
remains. Remember, she's not an influencer. She's not trying to influence you. She's not trying to say, hey, get ready with me. This is a day in the life of Amanda Black. That's not what she's trying to do. She's trying to story tell,
who she is.
Who she is. She's not an influencer, so she won't give you that I'm dating so and so. This is where we're going. She's trying to share her journey as much as possible, which is why I feel like it's important to understand your artist if you're a fan, so that you don't misunderstand what they are trying to do in their artistry, which is where we find these misconceptions, and you find that you clash with this artist and you feel like you expect things that you'll never get from this artist because of lack of understanding your artist. If you say you love an artist, you need to understand who they are as a person, who they are as an artist, why they give you this art in this form, and you make a sound decision to consume it the way that it is. Otherwise, you'll find yourself disappointed every other time because you're expecting something that's never gonna come. That's one. Two, you spoke on the fact that she's always performing in the Eastern Cape or in Cape Town, which is not true. Hey, she does come to a Carnival City on that jazz. I can't remember the name exactly.
That
There's
was
a jazz
with
festival.
Java, I think.
Not just with Java, but every year, I think every year or every second year, she is at Carnival City. But I want to go back to Umlindo. Umlindo just made a comeback, and he had that concert in his hometown.
Yeah, that he did.
There's a reason for that as well. It's not that he doesn't care about Joburg fans. He understands that he has fans in Joburg, in Cape Town, in Durban, all over South Africa. But I think that when you go back to your hometown, it gives you a sense of family. It gives you a sense of comfortability. It gives you a sense of moral support. These are people that get you your lifestyle. When you sing a song about on the latest album, there's a song called Ntakayami, where there's like Njilo lyrics. These are indigenous games that were played by Amaxhosa. So her singing it to Zulu people, it does not resonate. So if people are hearing this song for the first time and they understand exactly what she's talking about, they will give her a warm reaction, which when you're debuting an album, that's what you want as an artist. You don't want to be discouraged just after releasing an album and people don't understand, they misunderstand what you're singing about, and now it discourages you as an artist because maybe you might think maybe the album is not great, but the album is great, we just don't understand. In Njilo as a Zulu person, what's that? But a Xhosa person will understand, oh, it's a bad, this song we used to sing when we were kids. So with that momentum, her people can ship it more to the different provinces and explain it more, because recently there's that it's a Bakari song. The Praetorians love that song, and as much as Zulu people or whomever was listening to that song felt like, what are they saying? What's happening in the song? But it got so much hype because of how the Praetorians received it and pushed it. And what do we know? Joburg people, Zulu people now love the song. So her performing at home first is not her saying, I don't want Joburg people to have access to me. But I feel like it's for the momentum, it's for the warmth, it's for the support, it's for people that understand her as Amanda, meaning Ndingumxhosa. So Xhosa people are more likely to understand her and her music before we as Zulus, Tsongas, Pedis can actually understand her. Like Likompo, they will release in Limpopo first. Before they come to us, we consume Likompo because of Amapedi today.
Wow, hey, you've put on a fight for your Amanda Black. Guys, wow. No, she put on a fight for Amanda Black. We can't force you on that. You are a fan. We are just observers, and we're just analyzing everything that
True.
we think an artist should be doing to grow more.
I know, I
you
get
know,
you.
because her numbers are low. Yeah, as much as you all consume, but you're not pushing her music as much to make her numbers grow, because the more an artist is being exposed, the more the numbers grow, the more there's demand for her.
I hear
You know, because right now she seems like a private artist who's just playing it safe. Because if you're having your own people that are supporting you in your own way, in your own corner, I feel that's playing it safe. You know,
I think
But-
you're misunderstanding me. I'm not saying she's having her own people in her own
No.
corner. I'm saying she starts there for moral support.
cool. She starts there for moral support. Great. It's home, and at home they'll appreciate it
Also,
more.
Walker, I think, you also need to come and understand that we have different artists, right? I want to go back to Questa's new latest album, right?
Yeah.
There are songs there with artists whose names we do not know. You
True.
listen to the song and you're just like, who is this artist?
Indeed.
That means you understand that the artists that want to be out there, the artists that are there for the hype, for the money, and they go in that direction. We also need to respect the direction that Amanda Black
Has chosen for
has
herself.
chosen for herself. Remember, you saying there's no growth. If you listen to the albums, there is growth in her as an artist. The numbers might not be growing, but her as an artist, she has shown so much growth. And I want to refer to her latest album, From My Soul to Yours. There are no features in that album. She carried that album by herself. And it is a great album. How many artists in South Africa can you show me and say they released an album by themselves and it was a great album? It can stand its ground.
What do you want, males or females?
Either way, but not
Shava,
every. The point I'm trying,
Java,
you can't.
MT.
Wait. The point I'm trying to make here is to. You touched on her growth as an artist. She does not need growth as an artist because she has shown growth as an artist. Like I said, go back to listening to her albums. Not every artist can perform.
Okay,
Can.
We have to cut our producers.
Ah,
Yes,
guys.
studio they're saying we have to cut, guys. If you all roomsers looking to see Zakene again, she'll be at Loftus. You said you're going to Loftus,
guys, we
Scorpion
have
Kings,
a date
right?
on the 29th of August. Loftus Stadium, Scorpion Kings and friends.
Yeah, she'll be there doing interviews for us. So if you see her, shout. You'll show up on the channel. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.